everyone, Tashi Sam here again, continuing on with my piston test in Space Engineers, and we are going to show you the setup that I'm using to achieve my first merging of pistons. So the setup I have over there I'm not going to be using right now. So as that stands right now, I haven't been able to successfully connect the third piston to the rig, but the two that I have connected are working together in a group, seemingly properly. They both hold the same position, doesn't seem to be clanging or exploding. So I'm just going to show you quickly the setup that I'm using to achieve that situation and to see if I can duplicate it easily without any unforeseen issues. So this is a very simple setup to make. It's basically the same way I did it my first try, and there's not a whole lot involved, obviously. So the idea is to create a grid, and mainly the purpose of this grid is, if you're not familiar with the symmetry tool, which I'll show you right here. So the symmetry tool is really good. I don't know if you can use it in survival mode. I think it's only in creative mode, but just a quick demonstration. If I'm building something and I want it to be symmetrical, you put down this little plane here in whatever orientation you want, and when you build something, oops, that one didn't. Okay, I must not have put it down. So there it is. When you build something, you have to turn it on. So yeah, default button is M to set it up and N to turn it on or off. So you can see if I place it, it's off. If I place an object, the symmetry tool will automatically place that one in the corresponding location. So the reason I'm doing the whole piston merging thing, aside from just experimentation and to see what's possible, is if you're building a large hangar door or something, blast shield, roof, whatever, using pistons, this will allow you to use the symmetry tool and connect multiple pistons. Right. So if I only wanted to use one piston, I have no problem using the symmetry tool. I could build whatever I want. But then you'll have an entire roof or an entire hangar door or blast shield sitting on one piston, which for obvious reasons that wouldn't be practical, and the only workaround would be to have multiple grids, and in that case your symmetry tool isn't going to be much help if you're doing everything 10 times. So let's just continue on. All I did was put down two pistons. I'll put two pieces opposing and then a couple merge blocks together. Now I do have to move the first one. I have to move the first piston so that the merge blocks won't be need to be separated when I place them. So I will move the first piston. That would be this one, I assume, and I'm just going to extend it. It's in their default is negative velocity, which is kind of strange. You'd think that the velocity would be 0 and it would just sit there happily, but no. They spawn with a negative velocity, so if you reverse it, they'll, it's pulling in. You build a piston and it's already got a negative velocity on it, which to me is kind of nonsense, but it's what they give us. So I'm just going to turn it off and leave it right where it is. I haven't changed any of the other settings. All I did was reverse it. So you can see my velocity is now positive, but I've turned the block off. So I don't know. I think they should spawn blocks off, and I think having a velocity on your piston when you spawn it is a bad idea. But anyways, it's what we have to work with. So the other tricky thing is figuring out how many blocks I need to put these together with the merge blocks. So I've got 2 already opposing, and here I've got 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna get rid of this. There we go. Where was I? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total. So it'll have to be 4, including the merge blocks. So the merge blocks will be 2, and then 2 more blocks along with it. Now, another piece of the puzzle that I'm not too sure about. Yeah, I think that. Where's my light? Do I have a light? Yes, I do. I think that if you look at this line on the front of the merge block, the blocks that you merge should be in parallel with each other, so that you want this center line right here shouldn't be going across and merge with one that's going, you know, perpendicular. I think they should be parallel, otherwise I think they'll want to spin around to meet each other. As far as I know, that's how it works. So I've got the right number of blocks. I got my 2 merge blocks opposing, and now we are going to put them together and watch Glorious Clang wreak his destruction. So on my previous video, merging these two, I'm pretty sure it was the exact same process that I did with this one. So I'm actually going to expect this to succeed. You know, who knows? Maybe having other pistons on the grid is enough to make it explode. I don't know. But we are going to try it out. So, number 5 was the one. And I'm going to turn it back on. And I'm going to reverse the velocity. And I'm going to jump out of the seat. And we'll see this come together. Alright. Here it comes. And what happens? Nothing. Okay, good. So, like I said, I did expect success because it's the same setup that I have on those other pistons over there. And I just wanted to reproduce the experiment to make sure it wasn't a fluke. And for some reason I can't get that third one to merge over there, doing the exact same thing I'm doing here with these 2. So let's put these in a group and I can show you how smoothly they work. It's kind of nice. So let's get this where I can see it. Alright. And into my controls. I'll make another group here with these 2. I call this piston group 2, and I'm just going to check them to make sure they're going in the same direction. So this one's negative and this one's also negative. So I'm back to the original settings. Both blocks are on. I never changed the velocity. I never messed with the safety lock speed, which I have no idea what it does. I think it's kind of like a braking torque, something like that. I'm gonna have to look into that. But oh yeah, and they're both at the same position, because I've noticed that is sometimes an issue when I tried to close the other ones. These are the other 2 I have merged together, 1 and 2, and they're both in the same position. But when I merged them with number 3, I wasn't getting a good result. So I was experimenting with changing minimums and maximum distances to see if I could get them to line up nicely and merge, but so far no luck. Anyways, I have a group now for my second second merge thing. What should we call this? My auxiliary grid? I don't know, whatever you want to call it. And that's another possibility, that it would have something to do with it being a station. You know, maybe if I take that grid, the one that's attached on the outside of the pistons, and turn that into a stationary grid, probably not. Probably not a good idea. I don't know. So let's just, we have our group. We'll try moving them. Piston group 2. I don't need a toggle. I'll just extend and retract. So here we are. I'm going to save again. Okay. And yeah, I think there it is, you know? So this was the original, and this actually serves my purposes pretty well, because my idea was to have a blast shield in front of my bridge. Okay, so and I didn't want to have one single piston driving the entire blast shield, you know, but I still wanted to use the symmetry tool to build it. So I'm like, yeah, I'll just throw 2 pistons on it, and that's where we got where we are. Basically, if I remember back, it's possible that I've had complete success merging 2 together. Now, I can't remember. I did a lot of experiments, and every time it was a little bit different. I was setting up different, just experimenting. So, but as far as this latest couple of tests I've done, merging the 2 together has gone fairly well, and you know, works just exactly the way I want it to. As far as I can tell, no issue, you know, nothing exploding. So this is what I wanted, and I'm going to try and get more pistons working together, because more pistons, more power, more better. If I have a very large extended blast shield, maybe going all the way around my ship, you know, maybe, who knows, whatever you want to do, why not add more pistons? I would like to attach them, and you know, it's just redundant. It's more power, more torque. If 2 get destroyed, I'll still have 1 attached, you know what I mean? So let's just I'm gonna close out the video now, and I'm gonna save it again, and we'll show you what happens when we try to merge these 3 together. Actually, that might not be so easy, because I changed the parameters around. I was messing around. Let me just quickly put these all back to I'm gonna put these all to original settings. So as far as I know, it should start out with 10 and 0, yes. 10 and 0. So piston 3, 10 and 0. So these 3, 1, 2, and 3 are the ones I'm attempting to merge together, and 1 and 2 are working just fine. Oh, there we go. Why is it stopping there? Control panel. Maybe it's at maximum right now. Piston 1. Yeah. Okay, so it's at its maximum now. From what I can tell, that doesn't want to do anything, apparently. Okay, from what I can... Why is piston... Oh, I know why. So the other thing I was messing around with is the safety lock speed. So yeah, I was getting mixed results with that. Sometimes I would... Oh god, it's moving. Let's turn that off. Off. I did not want that actually to move just yet. It was in reverse, so anyways. I don't even want that moving at all. I wish it... Yeah, reverse is fine. I'll just let it open up. So when I tried putting them together, I turned safety lock on one, turned it off on one of the pistons that I was merging, and they seemed to merge okay, but the position was totally messed up. So it didn't really have a good result in the end. I gotta find out what this safety lock speed is about if I'm gonna do proper tests with this, because I think it may have something to do with why it isn't working, but we'll try it. I can't put this to 0. I wish I could just put in my number here, because it's kind of annoying using this slide to get precisely to 95.0. Well, let's leave it there. Because I don't know if that'll matter. It probably won't, but what do I know? Alright, so we're all good. I'm going to save again. And so this will be it. I'm going to let this close, and that'll be it for now. Let's continue this. There we go. So someone in the Facebook group was suggesting it could be lag. I don't think so. Of course, it's a possibility, but I really don't think so. There may be a way I could check for sim speed when I'm. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the sim speed isn't doing anything. Yeah, so I don't think it's a lag issue. I think this is a clang issue. So yeah, it's pretty sweet. If you're trying to blow stuff up, try merging pistons. At least I'd like to see if I can get more merged together. I'm happy that I at least got 2 together in a stable way, but this is obviously not the intended outcome. So thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any ideas of stuff I can try, and let me know if you have any ideas for merging 2 pistons together and maybe making something. Okay, so that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and have a great one. Bye.